First time we played against San Diego this year, we started out behind the 8 ball, and we were climbing the mountain the entire game and were never able to come back. Second time at their place, we played much better. This time we're going to have to play a complete game. We're not sure exactly who we're going to have on the floor playing for us, but I think since the time we've played San Diego until now, in spite of the lack of numbers in terms of available bodies, I think our team is playing better basketball. It's been rough not having a lot of guys that were playing before, but at the same time, some guys have stepped up and done quite well. You know, for starters, you know, our freshman guards have played more minutes and have been more productive and have grown up faster as a result. And then a guy like Jay Yoon, who hadn't played much for us at all in the last 3 years up until this year, was ready. He awaited his turn, and when the guys were out, he stepped up and filled in and did a very nice job, and is doing a nice job. He's fought his way into the rotation, so you can't say enough about his play. Carson Basham, who was playing but not as much as he is now, he has stepped up and become a guy that on offense makes us better because he can pass, he knows where to go, his positioning is great, and he's a good low post defender as well. Mike Mitchell Jr. has made tremendous strides from our first game until now. He is much more comfortable running our team. He has really improved. You know, he scores 18 points, 13 in the first half on the road on senior night at BYU. And let's just say they had a lot of people at their game, and they were very loud, and it didn't faze him. He's put in the time now. He's logged a lot of minutes. One thing I thought happened in that game and in some of the other games is without many subs, I think guys just ran out of gas, and I think Mike did at the end as well. We were able to get a guy or two back just for him to be able to get some rest. I think he'd do an even better job. Houston's another freshman that has improved from the beginning of the year. You know, when you look back on it, our last 6 games, we've played BYU, we've played Gonzaga, we've played Santa Clara, we played USF, we've played Portland, and not all of those games were home games, but those are the top teams, with the exception of St. Mary's, top teams in our league, and all he's done is average 24 points a game in those games. I think he's shooting like 53% from the field, 44% from the three-point line, which is phenomenal for any class. But for it to be a freshman, he's another guy that has taken advantage, I think, and benefited from having to play so many minutes. Those guys have had to learn on the fly, and that's kind of what he's doing. He's learned how to come off screens better, how to get his shot off in spite of teams really putting their best defender on him and sometimes face guarding him, trying not to let him touch the ball. I think he's figured out how to still make an impact on the offensive end, and he's become a better defensive player. We were without Jan's services last game against BYU, and when he is on that floor, the other team knows he's on that floor, and that's a guy that has to be guarded. They will not let him out of their sight. I've seen games where he got open looks, and that player, whoever allowed that to happen on the other team, came out of the game because it was so important. So talk about Houston, and with Jan on the floor, that helps both of them help each other being on the floor, because they both space the floor, because you just can't worry about one, you have to worry about someone else.